So this story is going to be about the aftermath of breaking down the Gray's illusionary tech within my dream state. So I know you guys remember the story that I recently had posted, last week about, me being on the boat and breaking the structure and seeing those illusion spears that the Greys had. Well, this is the second part to that story. Um, I was directly attacked, and it was really hard to kind of get out of that battlefield because there was so much fear that was coursing through my body. But here's the story. So I remember that within this dream that I was with a few friends of mine that were from high school, and these friends, their faces are hazy because I haven't told this story in a while, and I don't have my dream journal, so I'm kind of just going off of what I can, recollect at this moment. Uh, I remember that a few friends of mine were, and myself, we were walking, on a football field at my old high school. But the field was kind of like an arena, and it was closed off. There was a ceiling at the top, which on our field we didn't have like a ceiling. It was just the sky. So we're walking on this in this field, and I got a very odd feeling. I got a bad feeling that something was going to happen. I started feeling like everything wasn't okay. Everything seemed way too calm. It was too quiet. It was very peaceful. There was no one in the stands, no one at the bleachers, no one else was there. It was just us. Okay. All of a sudden, we kind of walk into this room where we open the doors, and it kind of was as if we walked into an assembly. We walk into that room, and there's so many people that are just hanging out right there. We're talking about um, I it slips my mind what exactly we were talking about at the time, and when we started interacting with the people, that's when things got pretty strange because there was a window. When you close the door, you can look straight out the window. It's as if these people were hiding from something. So I asked them, what the hell is going on? Like, what's happening right now? Why are you guys in here? There's so many of you guys. It's kind of overcrowded. Then there was a girl, with blonde hair that told me, well, there's aliens outside. So I was like, you know what? Aliens outside? So I started asking her to describe what they look like to me, and lo and behold, it was the fucking Greys that they started describing to me. So I'm like, so they're here, and then they're like, yeah, they're making it seem as if it's okay, and I'm like, I knew it because I was getting a feeling that something was off, and they're like, yeah. It's good that you're pointing out these details, but you need to be careful because they're here and they're listening. So I'm like, they're listening. Okay. So something told me to open the door. I opened that door again, and then all of a sudden, I just see three ships just appear. When they appear, I see two guys that come down and start running on the field, and they're fucking quick. It's like they don't even have feet; they're just floating, and they're coming straight towards me. All of a sudden, when I'm looking at these two guys that are coming toward me, I look at the ships as well, and then the ship starts shooting beams out. They shoot the building, and then all the people start screaming. It's complete fucking chaos. Everyone's scared. Everyone's shaking. Everyone's like, help us. You're the only one that knows what to do. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I've never actually been attacked by them, let alone attacked by their ships. So it's like basically everybody's depending on me. I start running the opposite direction to go back into the building. The building gets fucking destroyed. It starts crumbling, collapsing. Everybody's panicking. The ceiling's falling down. And I run out the back door. One of the girls, that was there runs with me, and my four friends that were with me, they run with me too. So we run out the back door, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, look, we have to get out of here. Like, we have to find a way out of here. It's a trap. So I'm like, okay, if this is a trap, then that means that this is a direct attack on me. This is an attack on me. I don't know who these people are or what they represent, but we need to make sure that we get out because I don't know who they are. So no offense. I kind of don't want to save these people. There's way too many. So we run out. Once we get out the back door, it's a dead end and there's a barbed wire fence. And I'm like, why is there a barbed wire fucking fence right here at this time? So then I'm just like, all right, I have to think. Give me a second to think. They're like, what are we gonna do? Everybody's panicking. There's literally like 20 people that ended up getting out behind us after we shut the door. So there's like myself, my four friends, and then 20 other people. So what is that? 25 people? And I'm just like, calm down, okay? Calm down, you guys. We have to calm down. So I think of something and I'm just like, all right, I'm going to have to do a meditation. So I sit down and I go into a meditation at that moment. And then literally, boom, I kind of phase us onto the other side of the gate. The Greys come and they're like flying over. Those guys don't get through the door. On the other side of the gate, I'm just like, holy shit, we got to go inside of a house, right? I run and I ended up getting into like just this nearby house. I get into this house and we just sit down. I didn't let all those other people in. They just disappeared. Like I had the door open for them to come in and they were gone. It was just myself and my four friends that were with me, from the start. We're sitting in this house and I'm like, something isn't right. Something's weird. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this window and it's like a glass sliding door. And while I'm looking at the sliding door, I just see these two ships that come really fucking close in the backyard. And the ships kind of are rotating, but they're not rotating clockwise. They're rotating counterclockwise. So that kind of felt weird to me. And I was like, okay, if this shit's rotating counterclockwise, that means that this is some kind of reverse engineered technology. So then I start thinking, okay, what the hell's going on? All of a sudden, there's fucking guys that are in black suits that are in the ship. So I'm looking through the glass into the ship and the ship kind of opens and there's these guys that are in black suits that are right there just fucking looking dead at me. And then I look back at my friends and I'm like, okay, I don't want to sound weird, you guys, but this isn't the Greys. This is literally some humans. I'm like, these are humans that are doing this. So then all of a sudden, like, my friends are like, wait a minute, are you saying that it's the... So my friends basically tell me it's the guys that are in the black, it's the men in the black suits. And I literally just fucking stop everything I'm doing. And I'm like, what? And then I turn around and then I'm like, okay, so if this is humans, then that means that this whole fucking dream state, my consciousness is compromised. Then I'm like, that means that I'm being watched. So they're like, don't get all paranoid or anything like that. We're just saying like, that's what we feel like it is. I'm like, no, I didn't see people. Like I didn't see Greys. I didn't see aliens in there. I saw fucking people in these ships. And then they were like, well, what do you think is going on? I'm like, I don't know right now. I really don't know. I go into one of the other rooms. I just sit there in the back and I'm thinking like, why the hell would this be happening? Then it just hit me. I'm like, maybe that entire time that I was breaking down these illusions within that dream, it wasn't actually extraterrestrials. It was something else that was kind of coming on to starting to monitor me. So then I started feeling fucking paranoid, which I hate when I would get that way. And don't get me wrong, I don't feel like it's happening to me anymore, and I'm not as paranoid as I used to be. But that had me shook. They had me shook for a while because, like, why would there be humans in those ships? You know what I mean? It kind of made me start to reprocess everything that I had seen in the other dream, maybe to point out and see if there was something else. But I had remembered that I did see the Greys, like from what I saw when I walked up to them, that was the Greys. But at that time, in this particular dream, it was not aliens. It was actually humans that were within these ships, and it kind of just, that fucked me up for a while. You can only imagine how I was feeling after I woke up from this dream. I'm looking around to see if there's anybody that's coming in the house, or looking on my phone to see if there's anybody that like hacked my shit, looking through my email to see if there's anything that's going to indicate like whether or not, I got hacked or whatever. I know it kind of doesn't make sense, but that's what made sense to me at the time. And I'm such a debunker. I like to debunk everything. I like to make sure that with the evidence that I have, that it's legit. So I go and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to break this shit down. I break this information down detail by detail. Every little detail, I'm going to make sure I comb through it to understand what the hell I had just seen. So then all of a sudden, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to forget about it. And then when I decided to forget about it, my guides were just like, it was an attack. Like, this is an attack. And then I'm like, so who was it? Then when I asked my guides who was it, they were like, they basically told me that it was, how do I say this? Basically, what they ended up telling me was that it's illusionary tech, but it's not from extraterrestrials. So, being left with that, I wrote everything down. I was just like, whoa. I hadn't taken a look into it. I tried to forget about it because this scared the crap out of me. Okay. There's another part to this story that I'm going to be uploading today too, but this video is already going on a little long. So tune into the next part, guys.